Well, good evening, guys, ladies and gentlemen. If you are in the room, please let us know that you are here while we get ourselves situated. Let us know when you are in the room. Already. All right. Again, if you are in the room, just let me know that you are here. We're getting set up. We're going to be starting in just a moment. And we're getting our guest on the webinar this evening. So just hang tight. But say something. Make sure you can see me clearly and that you hear me clearly. Are you guys seeing and hearing good? Let me know that as I contact our guest. Okay, so let me check here. Carol, if you have arrived, let me know. I just sent you an email and a text message. So as soon as Carol gets here, Saints, we are going to get started. But I want you guys and gals to, for the moment, make sure you get a pen and paper, take some notes. If you have questions, make sure you write them down so you can ask or jot them in the Q&A section on your right hand side. We have a little chat going on your right hand side, or probably right below this if you are on a mobile device, so you can put your questions in there. Also, this is an hour's presentation. We do this every single Thursday, so I want you to stay at the end, because based on the topic that we're doing today, I'm going to be giving you a free download of a file that will help you out to implement what we are talking about today. And let me silence my phone. Again, just let me know that you guys and gals can see me clearly and you hear me clearly. Please let me know that before I begin officially the presentation. So perhaps we'll get started for a little bit, and then what we'll do is as Carol gets here, then we will be able to begin and see where she is. So as you know, this week, for those as folks are getting in, so this week, here's what we did this week. For the topic this evening, I said last time that we were actually going to help somebody in our community to be able to implement or do something, or show them practically on here how to get one of the things that they want to get done as far as their mission is concerned. So the winner for that was actually Carol Mosby. So she is the winner. She's the one who replied actually first. And then I told you guys it was a first come, first serve basis. So we were serious with that. And so tonight, what she wants help with is she's going to try to outline her book, and I'm going to give her some strategies on doing that. Plus, I'll be sharing with her how to get it done fast. So those of you who by chance joined the class Monetize Your Skills Academy in the last 2 months, I would say 2 or 3 months. By now, you should have selected what kind of online business or ministry you want to do, whether that's going to be podcasting, blogging, books, courses, or a combination of those. For us to be able to make headway here, you have to pick one of those channels or vehicles to actually implement your thing. Okay, so whatever that is, because we are just trying to help you to monetize your skills using online modalities. So make sure you pick one of those strategies, and then as we do the webinars, you will be able to get concrete information and advice going forward on how to do that particular thing. So you see, so far we've talked about Facebook advertising. We talk about tools that you will need for your videos, for your podcast, whatever have you, different things like that. And going on in 2019, we have a whole lot more coming as well. And so this is the officially last presentation or webinar for 2018. I want you guys and gals to do me a favor, put this on your calendar, because every single Thursday at 7 p.m., we will be having our weekly training. This is to help you to take action, to implement, to learn, and to be able to grow as a community together. So we want to be able to share with you all that we know, but we bring on different guests from time to time to share their expertise as well. So if you have a particular question or a particular subject, topic, or information you would like to know, feel free always to send us an email, chance at Monetize Your Skills Academy or strategicsecrets@gmail.com. Send us a message, and we will be able to put a log together and make sure we are meeting your needs specifically. And don't go at it alone. If you are one of our students, for sure there's help there. We don't want you to go at it alone. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me check one more time here. Okay. All right, Carol, you are in the room. Can you identify yourself so we know that you are here? There should be a button, something on the bottom where you can raise your hand, so that way I can bring you on the screen with me. So make sure that you have that somewhere there. So look for that. There should be on my screen. I have like a little icon with a hand. You can raise your hand, and I'll be able to see the request, and then I will be able to bring you in, so we can talk and dialogue together. So while you're getting that together, again, just send a message though that you are here. I'm going to do a short, quick presentation, a couple of slides, and then we're going to bring Carol on, and we're going to help her to outline her book tonight. Okay, good. Carol, you say you are here. Wonderful. So can you do me a favor, Carol? Please, like we said, try to do the request to speak, and so that way I can pull you on screen here. All right. And if you have any difficulties, put it in the chat right here, or send a private message in the chat right here, and I'll be able to get to you. Okay, so I think we are ready to go. Carol is here, and so we are just now going into 9.5 minutes. So we are going to officially begin right now. We're still going to do an hour, so no problems there. Okay. Already. So I hope you got your notepad. I hope you got whatever you take your notes with. Please take some notes. And here's the thing. If you have questions, put them in the chat. I'll be able to see them. My wife will be able to see them, or somebody will respond. If not, we always follow up later on, or we do a topic, a training, a webinar on that particular topic. So have no issues. Okay, you're asking a question. Okay, go ahead. What's the question here, Carol? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite you as a presenter. Okay, Carol, I see that you, let me take care of that real quick. Uh, hold on 1 second. I sent you. All right. You should have gotten a request for invite as a presenter. So try to click on that. And you'll come in side by side, kind of like when we had when we had guests on before, we had them side by side. Aaron Delazensky, we had him side by side, and then we had Michael Wilson on doing Facebook training. So that's how we're gonna bring you on screen here. So I sent you the request. So just look for maybe a notification. If not, check your email. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm going to keep sending messages if you don't get it, but I'm going to go ahead and start this quick presentation. All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, officially, I want to begin. Welcome to this week. This is the final week of 2018, where we are training every single week, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central on how to monetize your skills. This is private access training for members of our Monetize Your Skills Academy. And ever so often, we invite others to join us as well. But we want to make sure that we are helping you to grow, helping you to implement the things that you've been learning in the course, and helping you to be able to pretty much monetize your skills. I hope you guys and gals are comfortable with that. Monetize your skills basically means that we show you how to take your education, expertise, or experiences and turn it into products, programs, or services that you can definitely leverage online and be able to make some extra income. Whatever you want to do with that extra income is up to you. You can pay off your debts. You can, help with student loans, or be able to pay for tuition, go on vacation, or start a business, upscale a business. But we like to do this part primarily, is this extra income for monetizing your skills outside of what you already do helps you to be able to make a difference, make a lasting impact, to be able to fund your mission, your message, or cause. That's what this is truly all about. So let me run through a couple of these slides. I would want you guys and gals to be able to see this, because this is what we are truly all about. And tonight, when we deal with, when we help our dear friend, hold on, what's going on here? Can you guys see my slides? Let me know if you can see them or not. Okay, let me stop that. Don't look like my slides is coming up for some strange reason. Okay, I'll do without those slides. Technology always gets you. Okay, so tonight what we want to talk about is we're going to be talking about how to outline a book and take that book and be able to write it in a fast manner. Okay, so that's what Carol wants to work on this evening. So, okay, Lord, you said you couldn't see the slides, no problem. Maybe later on I'll do something separate on that. Actually, we have a whole course on how to write and publish your book. So no problem there. So it was just a short slide until we get Carol on screen. So let me kind of go through from my head what was on those slides. So the thing is, I believe that every single person, if you're a professional, meaning you're a doctor, lawyer, engineer, anything along those lines, dentist, or you are, an entrepreneur or entrepreneur to be, you are a student, an administrator, a teacher, whatever you are, a business owner, you need to have a book. And this is why it is a strategic point today for every professional entrepreneur and even ministry leader to have a book. Here's what I'm saying about that. The reason I say that is, again, my shelf is my bookshelf. This is a partial bookshelf, right? Those are all by professionals that you and me, you and I, we know. So the thing about this is, can you name me one professional out there, whether it's in business or ministry or thought leader of any sort, who does not have a book, right? Just name one. Name one. Name one influential person that you know who does not have a book. And this is why I challenge you that you want to be able to get a book. Think about it. Even when you go to school, when you are in school, you're learning from a professor, but they are teaching from a textbook. Somebody or some group of people wrote that textbook, and now they're able to monetize their skills because you and I, we are reading and studying from their book, right? So let's think of some famous people out there. Your Tony Robbins, your Les Brown, Zig Ziglar's. Who else we have there? Any major speaker, your T.D. Jakes, even from the ministry side, Lisa Nichols, Michelle Obama, even the president. All of these people, they all have books. You know, most celebrities, they all have books. And the point I'm making is your book can be the thing to help you now to create a sustainable business or even ministry. Okay, think of Mark Finley, Doug Batchelor, and any one of those people who have big ministries. They have products, and generally those products come from books, and those books can also become DVD programs, courses, and stuff like that. Okay, so if I just pick a random stuff from my bookshelf, let me do that here real quick. Three different books. Okay, let me just pick like four of them, right? So here I have John Hope Bryant, right? Businessman John Hope Bryant. He's writing on leadership. This book is called Love Leadership, right? And so, you know, he used that to be able to do a whole lot of things. Dennis Kimbrough, right? A professor, Clark Atlanta University, right? And he wrote several books, but this is one of his books called The Wealth Choice. This is on success and finances. Then we have Dean Graziosi, even though he's into real estate, but he wrote a book called The Millionaire Success Habits. This is Dean Graziosi's book. And then Brendan Burchard, which I love, he wrote this book called High Performance Habits. These high performance skills is about more motivational, personal development kind of thing. So you see, it doesn't really matter what the book is all about. And then for my own self, I picked up the bug and I've written several books, 10 books right now. And I've published and released all 10 of these books. 8 of them back to back were #1 Amazon bestsellers. So here's a book on different things. For veterans, this is a book about how to transition from the military or change careers pretty much. And even if you're not in the military, actually, the strategies can apply there, but it's primarily for military folks. My most recent books, I wrote 3 books this year in 2018 in the summer. This is one of them, Strategic Secrets, which helped me brand because this is actually the name of the business that I work and what I do with this kind of stuff. Strategic Secrets is the big umbrella. So I have a book that is brandable with that. And then Win Now. Win Now, okay, this is a book that's actually under my pen name. But again, this one is about more about your mindset, how to be able to get your minds together so you can succeed at high levels. This is another one that I released this summer again under another pen name of mine. And so it's called Power Pack Spiritual Affirmation. So again, this one has to do with more spirituality and the like. And then we have the book that's everybody's raving about and that I do most of my conferences about, this right here. This is what this course is about, monetize your skills. Okay. So because of this is how you know me. I've been able to get speaking presentations because of this. I've been able to get podcast interviews with one of the best podcasters in the world today, John Lee Dumas, over 1 million listeners on iTunes. I was able to get on his show because, again, of my book. And recently, about 2 weeks ago, roughly, someone reached out to me from Atlanta, right? And I was on their show in Atlanta. So I'm going to give you guys the recording of that soon. But they have over 2 million listeners. And I did not have to go looking for that individual. They found me or heard about me somewhere, and they sent me an email asking if I can come on the show and talk about monetizing your skills. So that's the kind of impact that you can have. Your book can open doors for you. Your book sets you up as a celebrity, as an expert, as one who have authority in a particular field or topic. Your book is also able to go where you can't. This book can be read and and experienced all over the world. I don't have to be in every place. Your book is your message, your voice. Your book is your knowledge that other people can access and tap into at any time. And furthermore, your book, to me, when it comes to making income, I believe the book is one of the best ways to be able to monetize your skills, because from the book, you can create an entire system. What do I mean by that? Okay, example. Case in point, this book, you can get it as, okay, it's a book, physical. Then you have the digital version that you can read. Plus, this book is also an audiobook. Now, monetize your skills. This is a book that many people got. Most of you here have read or seen this book or have a copy of it or download of it. Then it's an online course that you are participating in. Most people on this presentation this evening are in our Monetize Your Skills Academy, which is based on the book. Not only that, but I do private coaching and consulting for people who want me to help them to implement and take action on what I'm learning, what they're learning here. And then in 2019, 2020, we're going to be up leveling this now, where we're going to be certifying people to be able to teach, monetize your skills, and now they can use that in their business as an income generation. We certify them, they use the material, and they go out there now and coach and consult other people and even speak as well. So now I don't have to go speak everywhere. I can have other people speak about this message as well. So that's a whole entire business system right there that can create income for your ministry or whatever you have. All right. So, Carol, I think I'm ready for you. If you guys and gals have any questions on that, on how we can use a book, actually, we want to congratulate soon. I'm going to probably bring him on, but we want to congratulate one of our students that recently enrolled not too long ago, Michael Appiah. Michael Appiah just finished his book. It's on Amazon. He made the Facebook post, and we are so proud to be able to have him in this community. And so we did a live presentation a couple of months ago. He was not even there, but he was able to get a private coaching with me over the phone, and we were able to correspond back and forth via email. And now, bam, his book is ready. His book is out there. And here's the thing, he's using it as a business. The book is a tool, it's a marketing tool, it's better than a business card. He's going to be able to give that book to people, and now they're going to be able to get into his coaching program. What is his coaching about? His book. He's going to be coaching executives based on the topic of his book. And so that's what I'm talking about. So I want to congratulate Michael Appiah, one of our very own students, for actually completing his book. And now he's ready to scale up in 2019 with his business. And the book is the lead generator to bring people who are interested in that topic. And now he'll be able to get clients and now make more money that way. Okay. Any question? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Let me check here, make sure we are able to hear still and we are good to go. All right. Okay, so I'm ready for Carol. Carol, are you ready? I mean, folks want to hear and see us do this together. So, Carol, where you at? Sorry, here. I have a screen, big screen in front of me. My laptop is here, but I'm looking at a screen here, so it's blocking a little bit. All right, I think I see you. Voila. All right, so that should have brought you on. I did accept your request there. All right, so again, if you guys have any questions about any subject, please put them in the meanwhile while we try to get Carol to come on here. Okay, Carol, let me know. Did you get my my acceptance there? Are you good to go? I hope you are on a, you have to actually be on a PC or a laptop or something like that. Okay. Let's see where you are. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening here, Carol. You may have to log out and relog back in. Sorry for the technical issues, folks. Carol, are you still able to see me? Okay, let me get the email. Okay, so what we can do as a backup in the meantime, Carol, I can actually maybe get online with you privately, and we will do like a Zoom recording, and so that way we can, do that for the replay for folks. But in the meantime, if you have a question, write what you need in the comments here, and I'll be able to address them. That's a backup. You said you can see me. I accepted your request. I'm not seeing you joining the presentation on this side, so I'm not sure why that is happening. Let me send you an email. All right, Carol, we're going to take one more take. What I'm going to do is, hold on just a second. I'm going to have you log out and re-log back in, but you're going to log in with the link I'm sending you, okay? I'm going to send you an actual presenter link. For some reason, you're not coming in here. So let me send you a presenter link. Grab your email address again here. All right, Carol, I just emailed you a presenter's link. What you want to do is log out of this one, and the email that you just got, log in with that email. And let's see, log in from that link and let's see how that one goes. All right. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Anyone else has questions? So what are some things that are coming up for 2019? Well, I think I sent out an email to some of you. What we are doing is we are upgrading everything here at Strategic Secrets and Monetize Your Skills. We have a brand new website, brand new platform. Everything is going to be upgraded in 2019. Why did we choose to upgrade at this time? Well, we've shared some of the tools with you, several webinars ago on different tools and so forth that that you can use to build your brand and your message, your website, your blog online. Well, we wanted to go with a system called Kartra. I've been using it myself personally for a few months, playing around with it, and it's very good. And so we had a team of folks. We thought it was just going to take 10 days. It took them pretty much like 2 weeks. And today I was on the phone with them. They're a company in Austin. And so we were going over a few things. So you will notice some slight changes in the next couple of days or weeks. Stay tuned with that. Hope there's no major interruption. Every student that comes in 2019 will be on our brand new platform. We are going to be keeping the old platform. Your same content are going to be there. Some of you will be able to upgrade. The reason for that is because in 2019, our number one objective is marketing. We're going to be spending a lot to market, to promote, and that means we're going to be upscaling. This is the biggest upscale. We're taking stuff really and truly to the next level. And so we want to have something that wouldn't break. Okay. So the current system we have, it can handle the volume that we have, but 2019, based on what we want to do, 19 and 20, the next 2 years is really, really pivotal to taking our message, our brand to the world in a marvelous way. So we really need something stronger and better. So that way we not break halfway and can't figure out how to fix it. So if you are in Monetize Your Skills Academy, like I said, you're still going to get emails. Matter of fact, I'm emailing most of you already as students from Kartra, from the new platform that we are using. So that's where most of you already are getting the emails. And though you're going to be logging in the regular Monetize Your Skills Academy. But what you will see when it comes to 2019 is you're going to be able to see Strategic Secrets University. That's where all of our courses, everything will be housed in that one place. And you will be able to get a login to Strategic Secrets University. And then now you'll be able to take several courses and not necessarily have to jump from one thing to the next and be all over the place, right? So in other words, we wouldn't need, let's say, okay, we have monetizeyourskills.com for Monetize Your Skills Academy, Monetize Your Skills Academy course. Book to Business, that's a different login. right? And then President Move Heaven, presidentmoveheaven.com. So you see, those are all in different areas, which is okay because it's different people, but that's what we say. We're trying to have it all under one umbrella, like a school, technically. So that way, once you're in, you can take as many courses as you want, but you're not going to be jumping around in many different places. You're going to be just logging in at strategicsecrets.com, and the university will be part of our umbrella where we are offering a lot of courses. What else? Okay, Carol, let me know. I'm going on here a little bit. So let me know if you're in. We still have like 30 minutes, so I can still work with you. So please let us know. Okay, so where was I? So here's another beautiful thing in 2019 and 20, starting with 2019, the current students that we have, those of you who want to be able to help us to help you create your online course, we will be able to do that and then put it on our university. And what we'll do is be able to do like an income sharing type of a thing. Kind of like how, for example, if you publish a book on Amazon, Amazon gets a share for hosting and selling your course and that type of thing. We will be able to help you produce the course. You will sell it your own way, but we will also have like a right to sell it on our university site. Every time it makes a sale, you get something, we get a commission out of it as well. Okay. So we want to be able to offer stuff in health, we want to be able to offer stuff in finances, we want to be able to offer experts, because that's what Monetize Skills is about, right? How to help professionals, experts, ministry leaders create content so they can be able to sell it to the world and help people to grow as well. So we want to be able to be one of those extra platforms. That's again why we needed a more robust site. Okay. So that way we can house more people and help more people to be able to get their message out. So I think you guys and gals will actually love that, and that should be awesome. I think so. Actually, probably by February, you should already be seeing no less than one extra instructor in there. Hopefully, we can get two or three, but I know for sure you will be able to see at least one other person besides myself under the Strategic Secrets umbrella. So that's another motivation why you want to stick with us, help grow with us, and invite other people to be part of this. So that way, we now also have more incentive to even help you to produce your course as well. And so that way also, you also have a place to be able to sell your stuff to some of our other students. So that way we are also sharing and growing with one another. There are many people who want to be able to grow together. This is a strategic move because, my friends, online learning, e-learning, is over 200 and something $billion industry, and it is projected to grow. There is no major university today who will survive if they only have a physical presence. Everyone is selling and being able to share their skills, their knowledge, expertise online. And it doesn't matter what it is in, whether it's, again, you can be in success, you can be in finance, you can be in business, you can be in health, you can be in religion, spirituality. It doesn't matter. You name it, somebody is producing a course about that. And this is one of the ways that, again, you can be able to generate resources and income for your business or your ministry or your passion, your charity, nonprofit, whatever you have. Recently, I shared with some of you, for example, Amazing Facts is a big ministry. Well, they just called the online e-learning bug as well. They produced their first online course. So now you might say, oh, people don't buy stuff in this or that. Let me tell you, people are buying courses in anything. Okay, so some of you may feel, oh, I'm into, spiritual Christianity type stuff, and people are not interested in that. I beg to differ. For example, that course I think was called Disciples or Discipleship, and it's not being sold for a whole lot. I think it's like 197, but on the first week of launching that course, they had over 550 students enrolled. My friends, do the math on that. 550 multiply, let me do it for you, by 197. 550 times 197 is equal to $108,350. Think about that. This is a six-figure income that can sustain their ministry or some cause, that they don't have to recreate this course over and over again. It's created once and people can now access. Now, if they did that in the launch week, imagine continuously going on. This thing can potentially make them 7 figures in the next year. right? Because if that's just in the launch with 550 people, then they don't actually need a whole lot for a million. Actually, let me do the math. 1 million divided by 197 is 5,000 students. Now, if they got 550 students, okay, 550 students in the first week of their launch, now, and they only need 5,076 students to be able to make $1 million, let's divide that now by how many, let's say 12 months. All they need is 423 students a month. So that's the kind of stuff I'm telling you that is possible for you to be able to do. Now, again, it's whatever you want to do, but I'm just sharing with you is if you have a book, the reason why I choose to, in Monetize Your Skills Academy, we give you 7 ways of monetizing your skills when it comes to the internet. My preferred way doesn't mean this is what you have to do, but the number one way I recommend is start with a book because your book becomes the framework or the map to be able to guide you through what you need to do. Okay, let me show you an example. So in Monetize Your Skills Academy, you have the content, right? You have the table of contents. The table of contents is my blueprint, is my map for walking you through the course or when I do coaching. So I start off with the great digital shift, meaning why do we need to have digital businesses and ministries today? What's the issues? What are the problems? What are the challenges? Then we go into examples, right? Because people love examples. So I shared with you people who are doing 6 figures with their expertise online and people who are doing 7 figures with their expertise online. That builds credibility, momentum, and show people, ordinary, regular, average Joes and Jane, what is possible. Then this right here, chapter 7, goes into now the 7 proven ways to make money online by monetizing your skills. Okay, so that's where again we say you can do podcasting, you can do e-commerce, you can do a blog, you can do courses, coaching, consulting, anything along those lines. They all can be done online. Okay, and then we go into now my 7-step blueprint, which I just highlight and go over briefly in the book, but in the course now we dig deep. That's the bulk of the course. You guys went through all of the modules. Hopefully, some of you probably still haven't gone through it. You're leaving money on the table, friends. So when you go through that, it gives you the blueprint now on whatever it is you want to do. You just plug your thing in here. This is not one of those things where you have to do X, Y, Z. You have to do it my way. No, we give you the framework because all online business, all of them, take into account these 7 steps. You want to discover, first of all, your passions, your gifts, your talents, what God has gifted you with. You want to be able to identify who can you serve with this particular gift and talent that you have, knowledge, education, whatever it may be. Then how do you wrap this now into a product, a program, or a service that you can render to these individuals? And then lastly, primarily now, we go into now, how do we use the internet online to be able to now market? That's where now we utilize things like blogging. We get on other people's podcasts, we get on other people's live stream, and we are able to do other things like Facebook advertising and YouTube advertising. You don't have to do all of those. We're just showing you that these are ways. Okay. So since we've been doing this, we have several people. Look, for example, I have my latest client who has finished his book is Orlando Salinas, right? He did this in less than 100 days. This is his brand new book that he just finished. And we did coaching with him for 3 months. He's finished his stuff. Now he's also upgrading his website to the same platform that I'm using. So he will be launching in the next couple of weeks. But his plan is he's a businessman. And by the way, that's what I'm telling you. When you use our strategies, he doesn't have no degree. He doesn't have all of that stuff. Again, his book is about how he went from being a drug addict and a convict. This man was in jail for several years, came out, became a business person. Well, he is a businessman right now. But now with this book, because this is the message, he just came back from the Philippines 2 weeks ago. He goes around the world speaking about his story and empowering and motivating people. So he coached people on personal development, but people invite him to speak. So I told him, if you go to speak, what book do you have to sell? What product do you have to sell? You don't have anything to sell, so you're leaving money on the table. So that's why we have the book, and the book is about the message that he already, shares with people. When at the end of that, he's able to now sell his book and able to now book other people for personal coaching and consulting. That's the kind of stuff that we're talking about. Okay, Erica Nino. is someone who we coached as well. She went through our training. She was able to produce her book. And guess what? With her book, okay, she can do a whole lot of things. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be one of the courses in 2019 that we offer. Okay. So if she's on here, Erica, that's a surprise. But yes, I've already put that in my quiver. We're going to turn her book for her because she was supposed to do it, but she hasn't done it yet. But I know that this is a good, this goes in line with what we're doing here. So that's one of the things. I'm going to actually help her develop this course that we can be able to offer to our Strategic Secrets University family. And then you guys know Taurus Montgomery. We help Taurus Montgomery. Matter of fact, maybe I should just show you their videos, right? Taurus Montgomery. Taurus Montgomery is doing very well, right? Not only that, recently he was featured in a Nike commercial. He was invited by Nike to be able to speak. All of this helped him because he had a book. He had no credibility. He was able to reach different people, right? So all of these are things that I'm showing you. Sometimes people take the training, but they don't implement, right? We give you the training, we give you what other people are doing, and it's up to you. It's up to you to be able to go out there and leverage it. Okay. I'm a pastor. Somebody went on even my church's Facebook page and they said, hey, we need you to come on our radio show. And I'm like, you see what I'm saying? The reason you're getting out there is not because I'm a great person, but because I have packaged my knowledge, my expertise into books and courses. When people go online and they see that, they are like, whoa, we need this person to come and speak to us. Okay. Like I said, imagine you being able to get in front of 2 million listeners. Okay. Some of you can get in front of more, but I'm talking about people who are most likely going to be clients. John Lee Dumas is, again, one of the top podcasters in the world today. I was able to get on his show. Right after that show, man, somebody else called me. I need you to come on my show. The reason I was able to do that is because I have a book. They didn't care about me, but they care about the message that I have in this book. So it resonates, right? Again, recently we were in Atlanta on a radio show. You know, I was at home, of course, but the radio show is there. But again, a lot of listeners, over 2 million. So imagine having that kind of exposure, people contacting you all the time because you have books, you have courses. Trust me, this is the way. This is the way. So let me pause here. Any questions? Any questions that you may have at this time? Carol, talk to me. Talk to me, Carol. Where you at? I still haven't seen anything where I can bring you on here. We sent the invitation. I don't know if you re-logged in, but let me know if you are here. And if anybody else has any question, any strategic question, listen, this is the last one for 2018. Next week will be 2019. I want you to be able to go with us. And here's the next thing. If we can help you, if I can help you in any way to connect with other people, the good thing about you being a part of this community, it's not only my knowledge you have access to. Okay, she says, the problem is I don't have Chrome. Okay, nope, yes, okay, because you have to have the plug in there. Okay, no problem. So what we'll do, here's what I'll do with you, okay, Carol. Just for the benefit, we have 15 minutes. For the benefit of those who are here, can you post 1 or 2 questions that I can address it so they get some value for that? And then you and I will get on a Zoom chat, hopefully tomorrow, no later than Sunday, because again, the year is out. I want to get this done. And then I can post that in the replay for the students here to go through. So you and I will get on Zoom. I'll send you a Zoom link on tomorrow. And we can do a live thing tomorrow, you and I, and we go through it in 45, 60 minutes. And then we'll post that in the community for folks to be able to access. Okay. So does anyone else have a question? Let us know if you're writing a book. Are you writing a book? Are you working on a course? What is your big project that you are working on right now at this moment? Don't be shy. Don't be shy, folks. If you are on here, you know, we're good to go. So don't be shy. Okay. Any questions about, monetizing your skills, online business or ministry? They all flow. And why do I say that? By the way, again, some folks are, hopefully in the future, what I'm going to do, I'm working on a book actually for people of faith, because I find one of the biggest challenge for people of faith is that they cannot harmonize money and life, because we have demonized money for so long. We have made it seem to be such a bad thing that many of us are afraid to pursue wealth because we feel that's evil and wicked and all of these kind of hang-ups and baggage. Okay. I'm actually working on a doctoral program also at the moment as well. And my study is really on that, how religion itself has hindered many people in their belief, in their growth, and messed them up even physically and psychologically because of the way stuff has been presented and taught. I really, like I said, I've been a missionary myself, so I can harmonize with these things. I've served in the military. I served in a nonprofit organization for 7 years. I'm in ministry right now. I'm a pastor. I've traveled to over 26 different countries. We do mission work. We do outreach. To me, money is a spiritual activity. Money is a spiritual thing. God rewards people for rendering products and services that helps his children. And so many of us, we don't feel comfortable with money because we think that somehow it's going to change us. Well, what does money do to people when they don't have any? I'm telling you, the most crimes in general sometimes happen when people are poor and so forth. Go to low income communities, and not to talk about them. I'm just trying to show you that the majority of crimes generally happen where there's the most poverty. I'm telling you. So part of monetizing our skills is so we can have the resources to bless others, to be able to do good for others, right? There are people on here who have their own ministry and they finance those ministry through their business, right? This is one of the best ways for you to be able to help many people, right? We're not here to enrich ourselves. Matter of fact, we have people right now who are on the mission field because of this program right here. Your resources, the stuff, when you buy products from us, they're not really helping me to live. I mean, like I say, I'm already having a salary, but those extra resources, I can do more. I can publish more books, I can create more things, and I can help people in foreign countries, in Africa, and different places like that. That's what it's all about. And if you have that as your mindset, trust me, God is going to bless you, and God is well pleased with that. But next year, hopefully, we're not sure. I got so many different projects, but I know that I am working. I already have the cover done and everything and some videos, but we are producing a course that has to do with, money from a spiritual perspective. Okay. Let's see. Carol here, it says, do you utilize the same process as writing an essay or a research paper? Yes and no. No, primarily because we have 7 different ways in which you can write a book and create a book. Okay. So if you have a research paper, the good thing about that is now you don't have to start from scratch, but you have to take the research paper and, make it not sound so academic. Okay. Make it not sound so academic, because if it's too academic, the average reader really wouldn't get it. Okay. So normally I tell people, okay, so the good thing is you have the bulk of the content from an essay or a research paper. And what you can do now is simply, remove, the academic jargon and those kind of things. And so that makes your writing process much easier. But so, yeah, so it's not really actually, because one of the things that we teach, again, here's the thing. In my course, Book to Business Boot Camp, what I do is this. I'm able to teach people to write a book for the audience, as in selling and growing a business or ministry from it. So we're not necessarily focused on too much of the academic aspect, okay? And that's one of the things. So it's not that you couldn't apply the same, but in my course and the way we teach in Monetize the Skills Academy, we don't teach academic writing. That's not what we're about. We don't teach academic writing. Hopefully, most people are already in academia, so you've got that down pat. What we do is we simply teach you how to get a message. Think of it as giving a talk, giving a presentation, or a lecture, but not an academic lecture. So, for example, I preach. Carol, you preach as well. So I think the mindset of preparing a sermon is more in line with the kind of writing you might want to do. Whereas you're thinking about a process that you want to take people on a journey. So you have your intro, you have that, your steps, your 3 points that they're going to do, and you have your conclusion. So that's kind of what it's basically all about. So let's just say, for example, okay, Okay, healthy blessings, right? This is, oh, by the way, again, remember, every week I try my best to wear a t-shirt to represent somebody from our community and what they're doing. So healthy blessings is an organization from Norma Diaz, Norma Fleitas. So this is part of her work. She does a lot of embroidery for marketing and so forth. But she has something called Healthy Blessings. She's trying to create a magazine on that. So I'm repping that tonight. But let's just say hypothetically. So Norma, if you're watching, this is for you. Let's just say we wanted to create a book called Healthy Blessings, which, by the way, is a great book title. If it's not taken, I think, Norma, to brand your business, you should create a book called Healthy Blessings. Now, let's just say Healthy Blessings. So that's the title, Healthy Blessings. 7 health secrets. No, let's make it spiritual. 7 divine health secrets that every man and woman needs to live to be 100. That's the subtitle. Healthy Blessing is the title. 7 divine health secrets that every man and woman, that we can take that part out, but let's just keep it for now. Every man and woman needs to be able to live to be 100. Divine seek. So that's your big thing. And those 7 points will be now your 7 main chapters that you're going to work with. Okay, so we're going to start the book out. So we're going to do your introduction, where it's going to be 2 to 3 pages maybe, or you can have somebody write a forward for you, okay, which makes it easier. Now, in the introduction, we're going to talk about the condition of health today. So that's where you can bring in some of the research, right? You bring in, America is one of the most obese nations on the planet. Even children are having diabetes and all of these different things. But there is a solution, and you want to read the rest of this book to find out what those solutions are. I'm going to give you 7 divine secrets for anybody to be able to live to be 100 years old. Now, so that's the introduction. Now, chapter 1. Divine secret number 1. There we go. Eat the food of angels, for example, right? You can play on words like that. So you say the Bible does says man did eat angels' food. So now what is angels' food? Take them to the Edenic diet or something like that, right? Or whatever, alkaline diet or whatever the case may be, right? So now, number 2, water your soul. Right? Because again, the Bible talks a lot about water. So you use all these analogies, right? So we can say water, Jesus is, the water and all of this stuff. So we can say, if you want to live to be 100, you have to water your soul on a daily basis. That's where you go in now, give them some tips on how much water you should drink, what kind of water you need to drink, what kind of water you don't need to drink, right? Number 2 is love like God, right? Because love itself is an emotional thing that actually helps you. Right? Number 3, enjoy life to the fullest. Solomon says that, a merry heart is good medicine. So we don't have to deal with all the regular ways that people present it, because we're talking about now divine ways, right? So, and you get those 7 points. Those 7 points can have 10 pages each. And with your introduction, with your, whatever other stuff you want to talk about, the author, your bibliography, that's right there's about 100 and something pages. That's enough for your first book, right? Don't go over 154 pages roughly for your first book. It's better to create 2 or 3 books than to have a book that's 200, 300, 400 pages in general. Reason being, most people today don't really read long. And not only that, but like I said, it's better if your book is 300 pages to make it 2 books that have 150 pages each roughly, because, right, it looks better. And not only that, but if the people want more content, you reserve that for your online course. So now, from that book, are you seeing how it works now? From this book, we're going to now, for Healthy Blessings, we're going to create an online course called Healthy Blessing, Divine Health Secrets to Live to be 100. That now, what are we going to cover? Now we're going to have Norma record 7 videos minimum that has to do with those 7 chapters. So she's going to sit down now and expound more on those things. Then we can give people some exercises and some, workbooks and those type of things to be able to do. And voila. So now the book is selling for $15. Now the online course is selling for $200. And then she can do private coaching, coach people now on how to actually live to be 100. There's a lot of health coaches, certified health coaches and otherwise today. So she can add coaching. So this is why I'm saying now how that book, Carol, has become an entire business. The book, the online course, and now we can offer private tutoring, private training, private coaching or consulting based on Healthy Blessings. So that's kind of how you want to go through it. So your chapters, your writing process is based on a journey. Where do I want to take people from point A to point B? Okay. And the shorter, the better, meaning 5 steps, 3 steps, 7 steps, 12 steps, no more than 12 steps. Okay. No more than 12 steps. So generally what you see is 3, 5, 7, even 9, 10. Okay, 12 maybe. So you want to, whatever you do, you want to be able to figure out that process. Okay. Anything else? So you map out the process, and the process again will be technically become your table of contents. So that's going to be the steps that you generally are going to go on from the table of contents, which is the book outline right there. So that's kind of how we do it. Okay. If it's relationships, again, you just pick a topic on relationships. Let's just say something on relationships. Love like you mean it. Well, that's a cruise, I think. But anyhow, let's say love like you mean it, right? Love like you mean it. Five tips to be madly in love with your spouse for 100 years. Okay, you just as an example. And again, so there we go. We're going to talk about the introduction. Will be you always start out generally with a problem, a statistic. The divorce rate is up in the nation, and couples tend to lose the spark after this many years of marriage, and those type of things. When children come along, this is the burden that they have on marriage, but we have a solution, and that's what Love Like You Mean It is all about. So now, solution number 1, communication, and you break that down. Solution number 2, maybe go on dates. Solution number 3, you want to be able to buy each other gifts or quote each other like you used to when you just started, and you have those 5 things. Voila, voila, voila. So you aim for at least 10 pages for each step. If you have that, you're generally going to be in the ballpark, because actually when you write on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, normally to make it into a book, you multiply by 2, because generally a book is 5.5 by 8.5. So think of it this way. This is a whole regular page, but when you break it down to a book, then it becomes half and half. So if you have 50 pages on an 8.5 by 11, generally that will be about 100 pages on 5.5 by 8.5. One more question. So I hope that helped. Any others real quick before I jump off here? You guys be shy. Don't be shy, folks. All right, you paid to be here. Okay, so now let me put this up. For those who might want to go a little bit deeper, I'm going to share a few stories with you. Let me just share. Don't leave it, guys. I got a quick download. So this is what I was going to give to folks after I got on the presentation with Holly. But let me see if you guys and gals can see this. I have a file here. Holly, this should be able to help you in writing your book. So go ahead and click that download file. Okay. So I just put up a PDF. It's called Chance Book Writing Flow Chart. That generally is, and this again mainly, I mainly deal with on the what you may call that, the nonfiction side of things, right? Your to-do, your self-help, spiritual kind of books and those kind of things. So it doesn't mean you can't write fiction, but fiction is on another level. So if you plan to do fiction, then I can connect you with someone who specializes in fiction. But for me, like I said, because we deal with the book as a business tool, most business stuff is about nonfiction, your how-to, leadership, motivation, relationships, health, those kind of things. Okay, so can you all see that download, by the way? Let me make sure that you can see it. I'm going to refresh here. I'm checking on my phone so that way I can see if you see it. All right. So somebody let me know if you see the PDF to download. Okay. I think you got it. What's your advice on editing? Never edit your own work. It's my number 1 advice. Always get an editor. Now, there are times, of course, but let me tell you, my first book, I did everything. The cover, I edited, I did everything. I learned the whole 9. That's why I know the whole process, because I've been through the tough side as well. But You know how embarrassed you feel at times when, hey, man, you're an author, and here are some of the basic mistakes that you've made. Now, even the number one New York Times bestsellers, though, I found a few errors, but seldomly you wouldn't find as much. But I have several books, and I always highlight these because I'm like, hey, this is big time so and so, and there's still some issues on there, editing. So always get a professional editor. Okay. In Book to Business Bootcamp, we give you a list of all those kind of people, where to get your book edited, and so forth. So find an editor, but if you want to go the simple way, but also make sure they're good, you can get a friend, get somebody who has a degree in English, for example. They're generally going to be able to edit your book. You can go to any university, they have an English department, right? And they have different, like a writer's guild in that department. And so you can have anybody in that writer's guild, if they're into editing, to edit your work, or even the professor. They might want to moonlight or freelance on the side, so you can be able to find an editor that way as well. There's some online. Now I have three core editors. One editor for basic things I just want a quick review. Another general editor who has edited most of my books. You guys will see her name on most of my books. And then for one, when I need it expedited, meaning that, because like for me, we produce books very, very fast. So when I have a project, let's say it needs to be done in a week, within less than a month, I have one particular editor. Of course, she's the most expensive, but she has a PhD as well. So we use her for expedited work only. But of course, we can use her for anything else. But what you will find, just like your graphic design and all this stuff, when you begin doing this kind of stuff, you will find that person that you gel with, and because they keep pleasing you. So therefore, you want to keep working with them. So for me, like my graphic designer, this guy is good. I'm there like a little kid sometimes, waiting to see what kind of image or creation that he's gonna come up with. So generally speaking, I use the same editors over and over again, unless something is wrong. Like one of my main editor retired recently, but then I told her, listen, I said my mom is actually writing a cookbook, and I need you to edit it over the holidays, and she obliged. And so I think she probably do some projects primarily for me, because like I said, she's done most of my books, and for most of my clients actually, she's the person who edits their books as well. So yeah, actually, yeah, she edited this book. She edited this book. She edited this book. Right? These are all clients' books. What else? But again, most of my books. So that's my main editor, because again, she knows me. She knows my style and everything like that. And voila. And and also, like I said, find some retired teachers. Like, so sometimes they still want to keep their mind sharp, and they won't mind earning a little change on the side. And they might definitely be cheaper than the average person who that's their main income source. So check those out. And writing the book, okay, well, we'll get into more of that when you